Hello, everyone. Today, I am going to review the whole page of the Mixels episode Mixel, Go Away. All of it, with some help from another text-to-speech friend of mine. This was clearly made to be a joke, so please don't take it seriously. Okay, here we go. Mixel, Go Away is the fourth, if considering the 6-part New Madness as one episode / final episode of the second season of the Cartoon Network and Lego's animated series, Mixels, and is overall the 31st, 25th / final episode, if considered the 6-part New Madness as one episode / final episode of the show. It serves as the series finale of Mixels, and was first aired in October 1st, 2016. The plot is that the episode is introducing the city, how wonderful Mixopolis is. Each Mixel will mix and do anything they want. But when King Mixel has returned once again to mix all the Mixels in Mixopolis and make them under his control, it is up to one small kid Mixel named Booger gets help from his friends to defeat King Mixel and save Planet Mixel, before it's too late. Here are a few reasons why it needs to go away with the Mixels, read by a special text-to-speech friend of mine.
Much like how every night has its day barely received advertising, this episode received no advertising at all, except for these advertisements in the UK. And keep in mind, this is supposed to be the series finale of Mixels. Misleading intro. You may think that the Mixels shown in the intro would be the main characters. But the real main characters go to some background Mixels from the previous episode, those being Booger, Zabo, Blip and Scrud, as shown in the title images. Also, the ninjas and the noosers are the only Mixels that have Lego sets to have major roles. The rest of the Mixels either have only one speaking role, appearing for just a cameo, and even not appearing at all. Some of the characters got a bit flanderized, such as Misto, who is supposed to be the quiet one, aka, the one that doesn't say much, yet he has the most lines out of the 3 ninjas. And Zabo was one of the bullies in the last episode, but here he is one of Booger's friends. Booger has changed from the BG Mixel who would become Camille's best friend, to a generic and one-dimensional fearless leader who idols the ninjas. He also doesn't even mix with any Mixel. And the episode would promote him as the power of one Mixel cliché in a show about working together. The MCFD have been flandized into very mean-spirited and rude Mixels who are adamant about not mixing with each other. They also huge karma Houdinis as they didn't get any comeuppance or scolding from the fire chief from not saving the Mixie Cat. Booger's friends are no better and they don't even have personalities, except maybe Zabo. They just tag along with Booger and they don't do very much. Also, their names are very weird and don't really mean anything. That is something unlike the other Mixels that have names that indicate which tribe they're in, their powers, their personalities, etc. There appears to be a hidden jab at Apple fans, aka, iSheep. The whole concept of the Mixels becoming zombies and worshipping the Nixels when they trade for the iCubits feels like an offensive take that, especially with the "I've been in the line for 7 days" quote uttered by Frazzler. Plot holes. If all Maxes can fly, then why couldn't the ninjas or noosers just max and fly up to the iCubit tower? How are the 4 main kids, the ninjas, the noosers and the fire chief not affected by the negative vibes that the Nixels sent? How did Scrud get to the Mixopolis Stadium despite sticking with Booger in the iCubit tower? It's never explained how Booger got his powers to unnix the Mixels. On that note, if Booger got the ability to unnix the Mixels, then here's their big question. Why didn't Booger just do that previously in the first place? How did Booger grow in size and then he shrunk down like nothing happened? If the ninjas are undercover heroes, then who makes the comics? If the ninjas aren't undercover, then how come nobody seems to know that they exist? Majority of BG Mixels are recolored and renamed, which counts as frickin' lazy. Screwed is just Asteroid. Lolriclock is just Shiver. Vespi is just Kano, and Kano is just Nummy. Blodger is just Blip. Greg Plant is just Rocky. Rubbersh is just Squiddo. Slime Time is just Freezy Breezy. Munch Stash is just Tycoon. Zinc is just Lixian. Fez is just Watt. Glute is just Fred Jerk. Bark is just Gummo. Wintry Frid is just the teacher. T-Flex is just Zabo. Charlie is just Journalist, and Journalist is Cogpact, and Cogpact is Banjo. The animation suffered a downward spiral, and it looks awful. There's loads of animation errors that include but not limited to, Hydro's below jaw glitching whenever he talks. Camp's his mouth not moving when he says I'll get us in. Sergio and Tuff having two normal arms. Sharks missing his eye patch. Spinza incorrectly smiling when he questions why the MCFD won't just put the fire out. Size inconsistencies such as Splasho being too small or Gobble being too big. Footy, one of the tallest Mixels, being the same size as Pyro, an average-sized Mixel. Most of the dialogue is all over the place, with characters like Booger and Major Nixel. Incredible cheesy said by some of the characters. There's barely any mixing in the special, which does not make sense for a show called Mixels. The Ninjas Max is the only Max shown in this special, and not the other Maxes from series 8 to 9. There is technically 2 since Thorny, Volts and Hertz do Max near the ending, but that couldn't really count as a Max. The first part of the final battle is a blatant ripoff on the Goofy Goober sequence from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, 2004, involving a musical number to defeat the antagonist's minions. Even the way Booger fires the rainbow energy lasers from his hands at the brainwashed Mixels to turn them back to normal is a ripoff of said Goofy Goober sequence from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, 2004. Missed opportunity. After the first part of the final battle where Booger and his friends free some of the Mixels including the Ninjas, King Nixel has his Nixel army combined to form a large Nixel monster to fight Booger. Because this is the series finale of Mixels, which is a show about mixing, the final battle could have instead been King Nixel combining with all of the Nixel army and the remaining brainwash Mixels and turn into a large Mega Ultra Mixel monster, while Booger, his friends, the Ninjas and the remaining Mixels that have been freed from the mind control could have also coming into a large Mega Ultra Mixel monster and then does battle with the now large Mega Ultra King Nixel Mixel monster, which would have been a fantastic concept for a climax, but that never happens. The voice acting is inconsistent. Just listen to Munchstatia's lines.
Hey, that's my soda!
And
It's simplicity, man.
You'll notice that his voice changes oddly. Wait, what the f?
overall, due to the amount of flaws, the huge amount of plot holes and the lack of any advertising, trailers that says that this is the series finale, aside from its trailer in the UK, Nixel, Go Away feels very rushed, as if it was original meant to be a mid-season finale, season final of Mixels, before it was changed into being the series finale of Mixel.
Thank you, best friend. However, there is still a few redeeming qualities. The ninjas are awesome and also likable characters, and their voice acting is decent. In that note, the song that the ninjas sing, as they break into King Mixel's tower is also epic. Despite being forgetful, the Newsers are likable characters. The ending of the episode wasn't terrible and is kind of good, as well as it also saved the franchise from ending on a sour note. There's some funny moments here and there, like the
I smell a story.
Dude, we're in a dumpster.
lines. Even if most of the new background Mixels are recolors, there are a few new ones introduced here. Idabi, Hotstiff, Miller, Freezy Breezy, Young Needle, Liddy and Coopard. This finale has a lot of callbacks to the previous episodes, which adds a nice amount of continuity to Mixels. The reception says that Nixel, Go Away received very mixed to generally negative reviews by fans and critics alike, with many fans criticizing the episode's lack of advertising/trailers that says that this is the series finale. Aside from its trailer in the UK, its weak plot despite it being the series finale, the amount of confusing plot holes and the lack of any real mixing in a show called Mixels. Although it was not as hated as other Cartoon Network series finales, such as Mike-Lou and Dog Sleeping Ugly, Camp Laszlo's Lumpuse's Last Stand and the Teen Titans' Things Change. It is often considered as one of the weakest finales in Cartoon Network. So, that's all the time we have for today. If people don't like this episode, then I fully respect their opinion. Bye now.